The easy thing to do when it comes to selling is try to find the best script, look at all the sales training, and try to just mimic someone else that actually had sales success and you may have admired. But that only goes a certain distance, right? That only goes so far. The key thing I found from my experience over the last 8 years of selling high ticket coaching programs is the secret lies within you. And most people don't want to hear that and don't want to dive into that side of the process because it may be painful, it may be difficult, but it's one of the most rewarding things you can do because when you're able to fix that part, when you're able to dive into that part of the challenge you're having when it comes to selling, when it comes to sales, when it comes to your branding, sharing your message, it not only impacts other people's lives, but it impacts your life in a bigger way, a way that's way more profitable than you can ever imagine. Now, I'm Colin Yearwood, and over the last few years, I've sold over $4 million in coaching and training programs for myself and for my clients. And it's my goal to help you sell confidently, authentically, so you can serve more people and make a bigger impact in the world. Now, the reason why I share that because a lot of people get on, talk to me. I see when people reach out to me. Everyone wants to know what's the best script, what the words to say, and how to overcome objections. What's the best pricing? How to do my offer? All those things are important, very important when it comes to the sales process. But what I found that's much more important is spending that time really understanding your inner critic. Yep, your inner critic. What holds a lot of people up from selling is that conversation they have within themselves about themselves. The things that you're actually telling yourself about who you are and how you're showing up that you wouldn't allow anyone else to speak to you that way. Now, I know that from experience. Going back to 2013, when I sold my first coaching program, I sold it for $175 for 4 sessions. And it took me 20 hours to actually deliver those 4 sessions. It was a coaching and consulting package. And the reason why it took that long because I would drive an hour away from my house to Panera Bread to meet the clients close to her house. I don't know why I did that. Then we would spend there. We were supposed to spend an hour, but I would spend two plus hours trying to over deliver, and then I'll drive back home. And then when I'm home during the week, she would call me with all these questions, and I spend more time there because the inner critic inside of me was saying, "Hey, you're not worth that 175, if you're not over delivering, if you're not doing all these extra things. You better get this right because she paid you $175. You're not worth that. You better prove to her that you're worth it." And that's real. I don't know if you've ever gone through that. I don't know if that inner critic have told you when you say, "Hey, this is how much I want to charge for my product and service." Come on, are you really worth that? But that's the first thing you need to really address is that inner critic that is there punching you in the face all the time, beating you down, helping you to further minimize yourself and minimize the impact you want to have. Now, how you overcome that is a long-term process, but I think it's easier to overcome it if you focus on a couple things. One is focus on service. Make what you're doing bigger than you. Make what you're selling bigger than you. Put some more purpose behind it. Have more meaning behind it than just a dollar, just a transaction, just to make money, just to go on another vacation. It has to be about changing lives or making a bigger difference. And when you really put yourself in a position that the solution you offer is bigger than you, then you can start to have that conversation with the critic and question that inner critic. A lot of people describe that as working on your mindset, your belief, and all that kind. That stuff that's how we title it or categorize it. But it's that inner critic that have those negative conversations you have in your head about your self-worth, the value you offer. Could you actually get the results? Would people actually like you? What would they feel? How would they feel about you if they don't get the results that you promised them? What would they say about you? And those are the things that the inner critic really dives into and keeps reinforcing. So, in addition to really focusing on a bigger purpose, is about questioning that. Is that true? Is that true? Is that true about you? Whatever those negative thoughts you say. And look for evidence to prove them wrong. And I hope it's not true about you, but if the inner critic is right, you got to do some work. But usually, most times, the inner critic is not right. The inner critic you have is exaggerating and minimizing. So you have ammunition to question that inner critic and tell them what the truth is. Tell yourself what the truth is about you. Now, that's not the sexiest thing about sales, but it's the thing that's going to help you to sell more higher ticket items because you'll see yourself as valuable and ultimately help even more people. Now, helping more people is great. Let's be straight up about it. I want to help more people, but the truth is, we all are in this for our reasons. And many times, some of our reasons is we want to make money. We want to have certain things in our lives. So if you don't curb the inner critic, you're not going to have those things. You're not going to be able to help the people. Right? So focus on what's true about you. What is it you want? Why you want to help people? And work on that. Work on your belief. What's true about you. And as you get those things aligned, it becomes easier to get into conversations to share your vision, serve people, and confidently ask for what you're worth. You can find me over at colinyearwood.com/school. In there, I have training on how you can sell authentically and a program that helps you to sell your first or your next product or make your first or next sale in 14 days. Talk to you soon.